Hello. You're awake, Trist. You're awake for a stream of mine. I know I stream very late. You didn't fall asleep until 7 a.m. Jesus Christ, that's really late. And that's coming from me, resident sleep bad person. That's honestly kind of impressive. Okay. What were you doing? Oh, we were doing this stuff. Can you wake up at 6:30 a.m.? Yeah, that's true. You have a working adult's, Oh my god. Oh my god. Is this what happens when you stream early? People, like, show up? Right. How's it going? How's it going? It has been approximately like 14 hours since I last saw you. In this very stream. Your mom was awake. Can't sleep. Eat breakfast then try again. You know what? That's what my parents are like too. They're like, so you going to sleep? You going to sleep now at 5 a.m., 6 a.m.? Okay. My sleeping schedule has been pretty, like, honestly, it has not been the worst it's been recently. Like, I've been going to sleep at about, like, 2 or 3 in the morning, honestly. Sometimes, like, even as late as 4. I don't know. I think my sleeping schedule is just normalized somewhat. At least for now. Who knows if it'll last. That gherkin's got a head of cabbage if he thinks I'm fetching him any black loam. But if you dare to pinch some from the cook pot, then be my guest. Just mind you don't get trampled upon by the aurochs that dwell there. Sounds about right. You made some bad puns. That is true. You know what? Lots of people make lots of puns in the chat. That's okay. This is how it goes. Once you've got 3 bushels worth, take the black loam to free wall at Tiller's Rest. He'll know what to do. Yes. Trist, my in-game name is, as you can see, Horizontal Milk. If you would like to shoot me a friend request at any time, you are completely free to. I'm here for like 2 or so hours before I have to like pack all my shit up and go. So that's what we'll do. We'll just, you know, we'll do some main story quest stuff. I'm plumb out of potions. Any sorry sufferer knocking on my door may as well be knocking on Tall's. All I can offer him is a prayer. Am I not busy packing? I'm busy. You gonna make a character named Earthmilk? Please do. I'm like legit all packed. Like I have the burner. I have the Dutch oven, which I had to thoroughly sterilize. I have all my clothes. I've packed Xseed. Like, I've got all my stuff ready, honestly. I'm even, like, charging and updating my laptop, even though I'm not sure I'm gonna be using my laptop when I'm up there. Anyway, here, have a high potion. Were I a God-fearing man, I'd say you were heaven sent. After the dust settles from the next pirate brawl, some sorry soul will owe you his lousy life. You want to play Xseed? Yeah! I played recently with Eisen, and it really got me feeling like I want to play some more Xseed. I pity the poor fish out of water. At first I thought the fights were just to kill time, but now I believe some truly have a death wish. Earthmilk is such a good fucking name. There's naught that I can do that can be done about it. We can't make them want to live. All we can do is hope they learn to love the land. Damn, that's kind of deep. Low maintenance. I love that the main story quests in this game are so like they're about like the aftermath of the like apocalypse, but also they're just kind of like, all right, get some oranges to a man, steal some oranges, find some pirates, beat up those pirates. They have new Xseed sets, which I really I had a good time with because they're Blaze Blue, which is like a pretty well-known fighting game. Yes, we're back. Yeah, honestly, like all I'm doing here is just like waiting to be picked up. Most of my stuff is just ready. Justicar Lightbringer. Isn't that a WoW character? Ugh, even the weeds wither and die in this desolate dirt. But a bit of this black loam ought to change all that. I haven't seen any in ages. Gathering black loam's not for the weak of will, nor the weak of stomach, eh? Ha ha ha! Oh, don't tell me Gherkins and Rotweed neglected to mention where black loam comes from. Well, surely you figured it out on your own from the cloying stench. It comes from the Aurochs' lair of all places. Ahem. Well, why dwell on who misled whom about what? What matters is that your efforts have brought us the black loam, and we can expect a bountiful harvest as a result. Thank you. Okay. I understand now. Main story quest. Pick up some poop. Freewall needs stolen farm tools recovered. Confounded pirates, they know nothing of tilling, only killing, stealing our shovels to melt and forge into axes of all things. That doesn't seem very nice. That seems very wasteful, actually. They're biting the hand that feeds them, the mangy mongrels. I'd love to teach those curs a lesson in obedience myself, if I hadn't sworn to Staleward that I wouldn't fight no more. So I need you to bring back our farm tools and make sure those dogs reap what they've sown. Okay, so like they're not allowed to fight anymore. But they're totally allowed to hire adventurers to just beat the shit out of people for them. Like, you know, like civilized civilians of our society. Captain Peter Piggy? Oh, hunting's logged. I wonder what those sea dogs will try and steal when there's no harvest. Well, here's your shovels. Good to see the tools back, and in serviceable condition. Which will be more than we can say of Severin when we get our hands on him. That wretch likely had a role in the theft. Spied him meeting the pirates in secret, I did. I couldn't care less if the wastrel won't work, but when he consorts with cut purses that take our tools away, he's crossed the line. Still, we're not to know what sort of scalawag he's dealing with. Take word to him, would you? Aye, aye. Let me get up here. Pirates making off with our tools. Freewell did well not to take matters into his own hands. Last thing I need is blood on my crops. But I'll be damned if Severin thinks he can take us for fools. His treachery won't go unpunished. Ooh, let's see. Hide. Blend in with your surroundings, making it impossible for most enemies to detect you, but reducing movement speed by 50%. Has no effect on enemies 10 levels higher than your own or certain enemies with special sight. Cannot be executed while in combat. Effect ends upon any use of any action other than sprint or upon reuse of hide. Okay, so this is our like stealth. Cool. And this is the stun. Okay, I'll keep this here. Okay, that seems fine to me. I've come to expect a great deal from you, lass, and you've never once let me down. In the short time I've known you, I would give my life for you. Yet what I'd ask of you now goes beyond aught I've asked before. Would you hear my plea all the same? Selwyn has good reason to believe that Severin is up to no good. Something must be done. This is the I want that twink obliterated quest. He wants that twink obliterated. It eases my mind to have your ear. You're no doubt familiar with that scoundrel Severin by now. Well, the scheming scapegrace is at it again. Since that letter came for him, he's been skulking about in that manner he does when he's up to no good. Now he's rounded up his rogues and buggered off with nary a word to anyone. Hello, hello. Gunkel Eric. Hello, hello, hello. Now he's rounded up his, I've grown accustomed to this insolence. I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Having a little tiny Final Fantasy streamerino before I go on a fun little weekend trip, so I would say I'm chilling. How are you? Oh, it's Eric. Hey, Eric, what's up? I was like, whomst? I gotcha. Well, welcome to the stream. I've grown accustomed to his insolence, but something tells me this is different. It ain't exactly damning, but when I last had words with him, he didn't look defiant so much as hunted. I can't help thinking he's gone looking for trouble and found more than he wanted. Whomstediv. So I was hoping you might hunt his sorry hide down and drag it back here before it's too late. The ungrateful little cur bites me every chance he gets, but I can't quite bring myself to cut him loose. I suppose he reminds me of my younger self. Suffice to say, I'd rather he didn't come to a sticky end. As for how to find him, I'd try asking Greenweeda at the Aetherite. She was the last one to see him. I dare say she'll be able to tell you where he was headed. What quest line you working on? This is just the MSQ. I'm 10 levels into Realm Reborn. So I'm just at the very beginning of it. I've run through ARR before last year. But I've decided to revisit it because I needed a character on this data center, so you know, all that kind of fun stuff. I decided I'd make a stream of it and read every bit of dialogue that comes my way, because normally I just skip through all this, so. You've never started in Limsa. You know what? It seems like a lot of people don't like to start in Limsa because they just hear it's very confusing to navigate. And, I mean, it is. But I think I've started in Limsa more than any other place. And I've started quite a couple of characters at this point. Not that I've gone anywhere with them or anything. Nothing that passes through those gates escapes my notice. I saw the Rouser and his rabble set out for Woad Whisper Canyon not long ago, singing about drinking themselves stupider. Cheeky sod said I should join them. I told them I'd rather shrivel up than sip whatever it was that had pickled their brains. If you find the idle swine, be sure and give them a cuff round the ear for me, will you? You've only done Ul'dah, Gridania. Yeah. I like Limsa a lot. Ul'dah Gang. That's true. Conjurer starts in Ul'dah, right? Actually, both Conjurer and Thaumaturge, I think, start in Ul'dah. Or no, wait. Is Conjurer Gridania? Actually, I might be wrong. Ow, fuck. Conjurer Gridania. Yeah, that makes sense. Actually, I was looking through it and it looks like it's interesting because I think Limsa also just has the fewest amount of classes that start there. Like, you can pick up Rogue at 10, but only Marauder and the book one. I don't remember what the base class is called. Arcanist, I think it is, yeah. Big fan of Dragoon and White Mage. Yeah, Dragoon seems really fun. Historically, I've always liked Dragoons in Final Fantasy games. I like that their ability is just, I jump good. Yeah. Arcanist. Yeah, I guess, you know what, I think it's because Arcanist, like, the only AR class you play is Monk, which starts in Ulda. Oh, I see. I think the thing about Arcanist is because it splits into 2 classes, they are like, yeah, that's fine. That's enough classes for Limsa, I guess. Arcanist needs macros and shit, it's too much. Yeah, I played like 50 or so levels of Arcanist. Because when I was playing, my group wasn't sure whether we needed like DPS or healers, so I just decided to do the class that levels both at once, which was pretty convenient at the time. Yep, I like to hit button, make a big number, go boom. For the dirty, deceitful, downright dastardly deeds that slippery bastard's done. Jesus. Claiming to take the lads out for a drink only to lead us straight into a bloody trap. Don't get no lower than that. Wow, he wanted to crack open a cold one with the boys. And this is what happens. Of course, I've learned to stay a step ahead of old Severin, so I was ready. But the others weren't so lucky. You've got to help them. And then he runs off. Help Severin and his companions in Whisper Woad Canyon. I remember this quest. Been trying to max level all your classes. Yeah, that sounds slow going. I'm still not 100% sure what I'm gonna do. Like, I decided to pick up like Rogue Ninja as my leveling class just because it seems interesting. But I'm not really sure what I'm gonna do once I hit like higher levels. I'll probably pick up one of the like DLC classes, or the expansion classes rather. They seem fun. Am I hyped for the new update? I know like I know nothing about anything that happens after ARR, so I actually like I don't know. I guess I'm excited for it, you know. I'm excited to really get into like the expansion content because I've heard it's really good. But I just stalled in the post patches of ARR, so shrug emoji. My axe may as well have been a white flag for all the good it did. Hope you fare better, or the sorry bastards in there are done for. Took you 2 years to get through this stuff. Oh, wow. Yeah. If I manage to get through it this time, it'll only have taken me like a year. Because I stopped playing in April of last year. But I'd like to get through, you know, to the expansion content because a lot of people that I trust have told me that it's very good. Severin might have gotten us into this mess, but I ain't about to let him give his life for us. I'd sooner bow to a fishback than be in that conniving bastard's debt. To arms! Oh, it's okay. A true knave, you betray even yourself, Severin. Wow. Still mad I started over? I'm sorry! We were prepared to overlook the matter of your desertion on the condition that you provided us with suitable replacements. That was the agreement. Yet your latest change of heart leaves your debt to us unpaid. Few are they who betray the Serpent Reavers twice. You will not do so a third time. Man, this guy is on some Highlander shit. Cowering behind your protector will only delay the inevitable. Honorless wretch, your life is all you have left. Oh, I don't like that. I don't like this. And worthless though it be, we shall take it. Gotta make sure Miles doesn't cause too much chaos. Alright, yeah. Keep an eye out. Keep an eye out for more Final Fantasy streams. Thanks for coming by. Oh, mournful O mournful mask of creation, send unto me a creature of the abyss, my thrall to command, that I may smite mine enemies. Defeat the clay golem. Alright, bud. Impossible. Never has the golem been so sorely tested. That line just makes me think that the mass mage voice is just like Mandark. That the golem could be vanquished. That woman is no ordinary adventurer. Oh, and he's gone. Ah ha ha! Ah ha ha! The snake slithered. Oh my god, they're not even gonna voice these? Come on. I'm only glad he did not have the chance to sink his fangs more deeply into you. Wow. Those pirates do not belong to any of the known Lominsan factions. Whom then do they serve? The beast tribes? Surely not. But the timing of their appearance coincides all too neatly with the recent surge in Sahagan and Kobold activity. Something is afoot. The question is what? Could it be that the tribes are planning to summon their primals? 12 help us if it should prove so. Limsa would be hard-pressed to keep a single primal at bay, let alone two. But all is yet speculation. I must needs find evidence. Is the ability to see flashbacks not just, like, the ability of any JRPG protagonist? Like, you get to see all the, like, shit where the villains are, like, talking to each other. Not that your character knows that. The seas continue to rise. Ah, that's global warming, then. While the lesser moon continues to fall, I imagine that's also global warming. And ilm by ilm, the world becomes ever more unlike itself. It is as Louis Soir foretold. The coming of chaos has rendered the laws of nature mutable, blurring the boundary between the material and ethereal planes. Little now stands between us and the primals. But they are not here yet. Though time be against us, hope shall ever be on our side. Never did the creed of Charlayan ring more true. Never did I dream that I would possess the means to see Aether. Yet now that I do begin to take it for granted. How swiftly do the wonders of Charlayan seem commonplace. Here, for you. Have you come for the festivities? Today, the Maelstrom officially makes that great hole in the sea its training ground. Join in the celebrations. These goggles look so funny. Wait, a disturbance in the etheric flow. But whence does it emanate? Sisong Grotto, perhaps? And that's how we came to meet here. And that's how I met your mother. What have we here? Can you walk? Tis I. Regrettably no, he eluded me. Understood. I will inform the Commodore. Hold up, I'm getting a Discord call. You collapsed from your exertions. Are you suitably recovered? Severin here has apprised me of all that transpired. His account shed some light upon how you came to be attacked by a golem of all things. A golem is a mindless automaton, inert save when commanded to be otherwise. Common pirates could not hope to control such a thing, so arcane are its workings. But then, these tattooed wretches are no common pirates. They are the minions of the Sahagin. As to their purpose, well, I shall get to the bottom of it. But first I must escort Severin back to his place of employment. I dare say Stelwyn might be wondering what has become of him. And you too, for that matter. I will bear word of him of your preservation, but I am certain he would like to thank you in person. Pray, pay the man a visit. Okay. Ah, he told me of you, but perchance he did not He told me of you, but perchance he did not tell you of me. My name is Y'shtola. I am a naturalist of sorts, surveying the aether in the hope that it might offer up some clue as to our predicament. I'd say I owe you my life, but that don't cover it. If it weren't for you, my friends would be dead and all. 'Tis a debt I can never repay, but I'll not make things worse by running away. Take me to Summerford Farms, and I'll face the consequences. For reasons I cannot fathom, you seem... Forgive me. Perhaps we shall have a chance to speak again, when I have marshaled my thoughts. Until our paths cross next, farewell. Off she goes. Oops. Probably take the bridge instead of falling down this pit. Womp 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 womp. Lo, I knew you'd return. Y'shtola delivered Severin a bit ago. Tales of your heroic deeds precede you. The rest came shuffling back too, the lot of them sporting the same haunted expression. It's me who's to blame for that and the rest. I was once a serpent reaver. A thrall to the Sahagin! 7 hells! Reavers may look and sound and act like pirates, but they're not but the fishbacks flunkies. Us pirates ain't much for laws, but there's things we won't do. We've got a code, see, but the Reavers never follow a word of it. A few years back they started snatching law-abiding Lominzans. I'd only just taken my oath when our captain bent the knee to his new Sahagin masters. I knew I had to get away. So I crept off one night, got myself a new name, and found myself a new home, Summerford Farms. Trouble is, secrets don't stay secret for long round here, and word soon spread, all the way back to the sea. The penalty for desertion is death, but the Reavers offered me a way out and said, my freedom in exchange for my mates. The letter. I don't know what I was thinking. I wasn't bloody thinking. Too busy soiling myself. Ew. Aye, but you got there in the end, didn't you? When the time came, you made the right decision. The men say little to me, but I hear him talk of how you stood up to the Reavers at the last, of how you tried to give your life to save theirs. Be that as it may, no deed, however good, can atone for the crime of betraying your brethren. I know that, I do. That's why I'm going to hand myself over to the Yellow Jackets. I'll bring shame to the farm no more. You'll hear no arguments from me. Each man must sail according to his own moral compass. I just hope yours guides you back here someday. There will always be a place for you at Summerford Farms, lad. And I'll always be in your debt, Stelman. I owe you a debt too, Horizontal. Not once have you let me down. Thank you for saving the men of my farm. If I could ask one more favor of you, it'd be this. Tell Badron what's happened from start to finish. I'm certain he'd put in a good word for Severin if he knew the whole story. And he's one of the few people I know who the Yellow Jackets will listen to. Well, I reckon I've asked all I possibly can ask of you. Safe travels, lass. Alright. Cool. Sick. Sick, sick, sick. Let's go turn in this quest, and then I think we'll do the level 10 road class quest. Bloody hells, life on the farms ain't quite how I pictured it. But you needn't worry over yourself. Yeah, but you needn't worry yourself over young Severin. The Yellow Jackets hands out the punishment as a good mate of mine. If I ask him nice, I reckon he'd be willing to commute the lad's sentence from hanging to Keelhauling. Kindly gent that he is. I'm only jesting with you. I'll see he's treated fair. Now it sounds to me like you've done everything old Stelwern asked of ye, and more, justifying me generous finder's fee in the process. Much obliged, lass. As for a reward, well, she's a lonely lady, this drowning wench of mine. How'd you fancy keeping her company for a spell, with free room and board? Venturing's a trying business after all. Them as don't rest their bones every now and again tend to end up with broken ones. And take it from me, fighting ain't nearly so much fun when you're nursing a shattered arm. Got that? Good. There'll always be a free bed for you, so make use of it. I don't even know what's happening to his accent. It's gone. Now that you'll have much more time for lying around, what's with all the leaves you'll be doing? Oh, didn't I mention? I'm putting your name down for leaves. A guild draws all manner of clients, offering all manner of odd jobs. Honestly, you'd be amazed how much folks will pay to avoid doing an honest day's labor. Just give Tomokri a shout whenever you feel like making a few extra gil. She'll always have some task or other for you to do. Guild leaves now available. Oh, it's all above board, in case you're wondering. Be careful to stay on the Admiral's right side in here, unlike some pirates I could mention. I tell ya, if it turns out they had aught to do with them kidnappings, there'll be 7 hells to pay. A proper bleeding reckoning. Mayhaps that's what Limsa needs, though. On rough seas, sometimes you have to rock the boat to right it. But we'll have time for such talk when you're well and rested. Till then, enjoy the wench's hospitality. Woo. Yeehaw! You now have access to recommendations. This feature displays a list of quests or duties currently available in your area. The recommendations list can be opened from under duty in the main menu, and will also be displayed automatically when you log in. If you find yourself unsure of what to do next, this tool makes it simple to locate activities suitable for your present class and level. Thanks. Well met, lass, and welcome to the Drowning Wench. Consider me place your home away from home. This town's famous for letting any bugger in and for doing naught to stop 'em leaving, so you'd best get used to dealing with free spirits. Most folks are still recovering from that thrice-damned calamity, though, and are in sore need of your venturing talents. You do your best to put things to right, and I'll do my best to help you out when you need it. How do you fare, Horizontal? Rested and ready to expand your horizons? Well, I've got an idea where you might try it next. Have you heard of the skylift out in Middle Lancea? If you've ever visited Wood Whisper Canyon, then you must have been up and down the thing at least once. It's that big bleeding scaffolding attached to the descent. You've likely seen the lads and lasses out there using it to call all cargo up the cliff and face. Odd labor that, and they could use an enterprising soul to pick up the odd jobs what no other bugger has time to deal with. Track down the head of the operation, bloke by the name of Worker it, and he'll be sure to put you to work on a task or two. Okay. Let's see here. Why don't we do the level 10 rogue quest? Rogue quest. Hello, I am here to obtain a quest. Jedi Mind. My goodness. Look at that cool guy. Ah, a fine evening to you, Horizontal. And a fine evening it is for a spot of work, wouldn't you agree? This time round, it seems some eager buccaneers scampered aboard a local merchantman and made off with a shipment of muskets. Now, seeing as it ain't lawful to cloy from a low-minson vessel to begin with, the Yellow Jackets fell upon them daft coves before their boots was even dry. Aye, they caught the pirates right there on the docks, but the stolen boomsticks was nowhere to be found. Fence and a longboat deal, I'm thinking. That's when our guild was officially contracted to retrieve the goods, which weren't really needful since the code would have had us on the job anyway. You don't bite the purses of your fellow low-minsons and all that. So this is your assignment, me natty lass. Find out where them weapons went and bite that shipment back. Seeing as the cutters has hit that merchantman were already rotten in irons, you needn't rush in with your stabbers to stabbing. I want this job handled quick and quiet, and I have the perfect partner to show you how it's done. This here's Vakeb the Stray. Ain't no other rogue what can match her in the arts of skulking. A pleasure. There's some problem, Vakeb? You seem a bit out of sorts. I'm bloody starving. I had one of them finger sandwiches set aside, you know, these egg-filled tasties they make at the Bismarck, but when I got back from me work, it was bloody gone. Oh, that was Vakeb's. I thought it was Arthur Fools. Well, you just head out on the job, and I'll see if I can't turn up that missing sandwich by the time you return, eh? Alright, Jack. One more little detail you should know. Them muskets was meant for the Yellow Jackets armory, so once all is bob, you can hand the goods over to one of their culls directly. Quest accepted. I enjoy being a bunny lady because I'm like taller than every NPC I come across except for the Ruggedins. We can start whenever you're ready, Horizontal. I've had a colleague keeping a waddle out for aught that might help us, so I suggest you have a few words with her first. You'll find her at the Highland, posing as a fishmonger. Well, there she goes. Yeah. Let's see. Hello, Matt. How is it going? Hello there, miss. We've carp and trout, lobster and shrimp. But I hear tell you've been looking for a special breed of fish, the long shiny kind where Bark will put a bloke on his arse. We don't sell that kind here, but you might try some foreign merchants. Oh, God. Do you get pad thai or pad see? That is you had to change your dinner plans. I'm a fan of pad see. What was they called again? The Trader's Edge. That's not the accent. Cockney. Nope, it's not happening. It's not happening. What was they called again? The Traders of Edge. They hail from the South Sea Isles and are known for dealing in all types of nasty spittings and cutters. I should warn you, these folks ain't ones for questioning the source of their merchandise. In fact, they seem more unhappy to pay for goods what came from below deck, so to speak. But if you're still keen to get your hands on those rare fish, then you'd best hurry. The Edge merchant what's visiting Limsa is looking to load up and leave the city afore long. Just how he means to transport his goods remains a mystery though. What with all the iron blades he's got nursing his operation, makes it hard for a girl to get close enough to eyeball the competition, it does. I'll be sure to keep an eye peeled on your behalf. But as it might be as you can learn a little more from the folk round town. Okay. Please tell me I never have to speak to the fishmonger girl again. Traders of Edge. Well, if one of their merchants been staying in the city, then someone will know something to point us in the right direction. The trick is to listen without being seen. You'd be surprised at how culls will cackle when they think no one else is about. We'll focus on places that see plenty of traffic. You can have the Bismarck, the ferry docks, and the East Hawker's Alley. I'll try me luck at a few other spots and meet me in front of the guild when I'm done. Remember, keep hidden, keep quiet, and keep your waddles open. Okay. Use a hide. Of course. So the Bismarck. As I thought, that's where the Culinarians Guild is. And maybe I I'm assuming you just have to talk to, like, NPCs or something. Diving Dove appears distressed over some matter. Approach her while cloaked by your hide ability and attempt to eavesdrop on her grumbling. Which one? Oh, I see. Diving Dove is grumbling and discontent. Ugh, the sneer on that customer's face. Do they think I can command the skillet to cook more swiftly just to meet his pressing departure schedule? I don't know how things are done in the South Sea, but here in Limsa folks appreciate that fine cuisine cannot be rushed. Come now, Dove, you must not speak ill of the patrons. Now, what was next on my list? Another finger sandwich for the dutiful sisters. Some of them must be rather fond of eggs. We have discovered... We're gonna gather all this information and just discover that Jack ate the sandwich. Let's see, East Hawker's Alley. That's just the... Okay. There's his name is Hannah Van Texas Love. That's such a good name. What the fuck? Geralf is speaking in a low but lively tone to a nearby customer. Approach him while cloaked by your hide ability and attempt to eavesdrop on his exhortations. Geralf is hawking his wares to a customer. You have an eye for quality, sir. We've a splendid range of produce from every corner of Eorzea, but one simply cannot visit Limsa Lominsa without sampling some of the local specialties. Would you care for some freshly squeezed La Nicean orange juice? Or perhaps our famed salt cod is more to your taste? Geralf continues to espouse the virtues of his merchandise, but his impassioned urgings appear to have little relevance to your assignment. This seems like the most suspicious place. Rerinasu appears distraught. Approach him while cloaked by your hide ability and attempt to eavesdrop on his mumbling. Will I ever be able to read a Lalafell name? Maybe. Rerinasu is mumbling anxiously to himself. Curse my sense of duty. Would that I had stayed in the wench for that extra pint instead of returning early. I didn't ask to see anyone being bribed, and certainly not my relief pilot. I wonder what that merchant was about. Smuggling, most likely. Should I report this to the Yellow Jackets? But what if I'm being watched? I could end up face down in the harbor. Welcome back, Horizontal. I hope your skulking went well. You might be an angel of death with the daggers, Dove, but any rogue what shuns the shadows is headed for an early grave. A sneaky mort can nose about without risking a scrap or slip herself into the best position to ambush a mark. Once they've seen you, though, your rum fun is done. Hiding is part concealment and part distraction. You won't be disappearing on a cove, but already knows you're there. Alright, I'm done prattling. What'd you manage to learn about our musket-buying merchant friend? Womp womp womp. Slipping coin to a ferry pilot, was he? And by what ye heard from the chef at the Bismarck, this trader means to hop the twig, and soon. That matches with me own findings. He's vacated his rooms at the inn and paid his dues in full. Being a merchant, we can be sure that he won't be leaving without his merchandise. So here's the plan. We wait for him to stack his goods on the pier, then you ghost and grapple them firearms. I'm hoping we get the job done quiet and under cover of darkness. But it never hurts to be prepared for the worst. Sounds like he's got a small army of sellswords on the payroll. I'll send word to the Yellow Jackets and have them post a call near Hawker's Alley. That way you won't have far to bolt once you've bitten the goods. The mark should be along any moment, Horizontal. Have you got your skulking boots on? Ready to skulk. do, do, do. You're not supposed to be there. I thought I ordered my hirelings to keep this jetty clear. 1, 2, 3. There's one missing. My crate of muskets, it's gone. Got you. Thief, stop her, you useless sluggards. What am I paying you for? Of all the class combinations, Lalithol must be Where am I supposed to go? Oh, deliver them near the Hawk Valley. Really? Oh my goodness. Okay. What if I just run? When in doubt, Naruto run. Aye, these are our stolen muskets. The quartermaster will be pleased. Duty complete. Woo! Listen, it wouldn't let me hide. What if you just sneak? I don't know. What if I just run? That turned hairy, didn't it, Dove? Once you've reached the yellow jacket, though, the merchant called off his blades. Wise enough to cut his losses, I'll give him that. I'd say we're all done here. Let's head inside and tell Jack the Bene news. The Thai place closed while you were deciding? Oh, God, I've had that happen. That sucks. Oh, I heard the sounds of fighting coming from outside, and now I've whittled the cause of it. I thought we were aiming for Sottle on this job. Womp, womp, womp. That many swads was there, but you got the yellow jackets what they wanted, so all's well that ends well, eh? You're on your way to becoming a first-class rogue, Horizontal. Aye, the job didn't exactly unfold as planned, but you'd see the value of keeping out of sight. Skulking might seem slow, but it can save you time, and a fair amount of bleeding in the long run. That's what I learned, yup. Speaking of unexpected developments, I've a bit of bad news for you, Vikeb. I searched high and low, but it seems some unprincipled cove has yaffled your sandwich. There were naught but crumbs to be found. No, my sandwich! It was a Bismarck special. Do you know how much I was looking forward to that meal? Me belly's about ready to cave in on itself. 'Tis a tragedy of the highest order, love, and you know I can't bear to see me rogues in such distress. So I gave Underfoot a special assignment. He should be back any moment now. With a freshly made Bismarck special finger sandwich. You did that for me? You're not japing with me, are ya, Jack? This ain't no japing matter. 'Tis a guildmaster's responsibility to see that all his coves and morts are the best for the job. Jack, there you are. I've got that sandwich you ordered. And didn't the chef give me a waddleful when she said I was in a hurry? Maybe next time you could think twice before you yaffle a fellow rogue Oh, bollocks. Jack, did you eat my supper? Now, lass, let's not be hasty. It's a fresh new sandwich right here for you. No harm done, eh? You've cloyed something what belonged to me, Jack, and I can't ignore the code. Aye, the code. You mustn't ignore the code. You're having a laugh, aren't you, lass? Lass? That might be the swiftest string-up I've ever seen. Punishment to fit the crime. Take a good long look, Horizontal. The code exists to preserve peace in Limsa, to keep the alleys from running red with blood. This city's me home, and I'll draw daggers on any co-fool enough to threaten that peace. Appointed lesson. Let's head inside, eh? Your sandwich will get cold. Hey, do you mean to leave me here all night? At least you gave me a grand view of the harbor. Oh, God's pissed these ropes are tight. It's like I can still hear his voice. And now we find ourselves indebted to the Rogues Guild. The Rogues Guild! Huh, the impropriety of it all. Would that I could see them occupying a cell next to those thieving pirates. This is why you can't trust cops. Big A-cab energy. Them ropes will leave chafe marks for a bleeding week. I may have wriggled myself free, but that's the last time I let me belly do the thinking. And just think, Vakeb strung me up over an egg sandwich. Those coves well and truly stomp on the code get it far worse. Keep up your training, lass, and you'll soon be handed out rogue justice yourself. Yeah. You seem nice. Let's go with this. This jacket is slightly less ugly than I was wearing before. Not a lot better. When do I learn my next thing? Throwing dagger, I learn at 15. What's my dad texting me about? Okay. So my next thing's at 15. Go to the skylift. Alright. Well, it was a pretty short stream, I think, but, I might have to go. Actually, you know what? Maybe, I don't know yet. I'll take a little break, actually. We'll take a little break here, and then I'll figure out if I have to go or not, and then, we'll get back to it. Be right back. Hello, hello, hello. It seems as though, we are still Gucci. So, I think we can do a little bit more. Had a little snacky, little snack. My parents are, so my parents have been building a deck for the last couple days. And now there's enough of the deck that they can set up a table and eat Korean barbecue outside. So they're enjoying some pork belly. Yeah. So I had a little bit of that, and now I'm back. And then we'll pretty much just like play until I have to go. Yeah. Pork belly, very tasty, very tasty. Big fan. Where's the lift attendant? Okay, anywhere. Oh, wait, that's not what I'm doing. I'm going here. And trades. Let's see. I get mug at 15. Hell yeah. Let's see. 18. I get a backstab. Oh, it's like an initiation ability. You can only use it while hiding. Interesting. At 26, I get. Let's see. This, which just is like the third combo. This action does not share a recast timer with any other actions. This is a damage over time. Ah. Oh my god. This way. And then this delivers an attack with a potency of 120 to all nearby enemies. Ah, it's an AoE. God, it takes us so long to get an AoE. Single target life. Wop, 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 wop. He's down there. Okay. Baderon sent you out here, did he? Then consider yourself welcome at the Skylift. Look at that bloody cliff, will ya? One blast of fiery hell from that huge dragon was all it took to split the ground in half. Cargo still needs to get through though, so this mess of wood and pulleys was our solution to the problem. Well, one of them at least. If the gods were kind, and they ain't, I'd have about a dozen more workers to handle me growing list of headaches. Free pants. Worker it, a Skylift operator needs you to recover a cargo load abandoned by a terrified wagon driver and deliver it to its intended recipient. Glad I am to see you again, lass. A wagon driver just returned in a great bloody hurry, screaming about some monstrosity what sprang out from a million corn seedling in his cargo. Seems the gutless bastard tossed it over the side afore turning tail and running for his life. I need you to head down the road, recover that seedling, and deliver it to Lyelf over at Swiftperch in western Lanosia. Whatever he pays you for the cargo is yours to keep. After all, I don't rightly know what else is lurking inside that plant, and you deserve to be rewarded for your troubles. Oh, and you'll also find an aetheryte in Swiftperch, so the journey should be worth your while. I guess we should also take these quests. Kazai Buizai. A cargo transporter at the Skylift needs a fresh hand to keep his fish fresh.
Look sharp, lassie, I got a job for ya. We don't got much time, so listen close. Today, I got me too many fish and not enough water sprite cores to keep 'em cool. You see me problem? Now I can't be delivering crates of rotted fish, so I need you to head over yonder and dance with them dripping sprites till you've collected 3 of the chili essences. You do realize I don't want you to actually dance with them, right?
Wudovaka, a Skylift operator, is looking for someone to assist with her megalocrab woes. For the love of Limley, not again. The leather's ripped to bloody shreds. No, there's not awry with me breeches, you cheeky sod. It's the megalocrabs. They've been at the balloon envelopes I left out to dry on the docks. Those hellspawn snippers think they found a squid or something and set to nibbling. Less balloons in the air means less cargo getting lifted, and that don't sit too well with me. You're looking for a quick job? How about you crack a few shells before you head off on your way? If you could put down 5 or so of the buggers, that's ought to do for now. Okay. Alright. Let's go crab hunting. Shearing Sheridan has been shearing his share of luckless passersby since long before the calamity. What the megalocrabs need now is a good shell shark. Got a high quality item. Oh boy. I'll fight this crab. Rolling. Yeah, take that, crab. Let's see. Put this over here. Maybe like this. Let's see. Okay. We've killed all the mega crabs. We've killed all the water sprites. I guess we'll just do the MSQ quest.
Bloodbath.
Leave me alone, wild jackal. Okay, let's see if we can grab this. Okay, let's turn this crap in first. Okay, once we turn that quest up there. Gotcha, 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 gotcha. You take care of 'em, Snippers? Good bloody riddance. Nice work there, lass. Still, it won't be long before a new crew of crabs comes sidling in to claim that territory, and our loads just keep getting heavier with all the rebuilding going on. If I don't want to be buried under a mountain of crates, I'd best think of a more lasting solution to this sniffer problem.
You back already? Don't keep me waiting now. Let's see those cores. Aye, lassie, you done well. Can't wait to get these beauties into me fish crates.
That sounds like a terrible euphemism. I hate that.
That ought to keep the catch fresh and me customers happy. There's a whole mess of delivery companies that makes use of the skylift. You slip up one time and those bastards liable to steal your business.
Kazai Buizai, the cargo transporter of the Skylift, wants you to slay buzzards that have been attacking wagons on the road.
You've shown yourself to be a useful lass. What say ye to doing me another favor? We've been having a wee problem with buzzards swooping down and snatching cargo from the wagons while we're traveling the road to the Denevel checkpoint. Most days them feathered hellions stay well enough away, but it seems they can't resist a wagon what's loaded with meat. Well, I say we make use of that weakness to lure the greedy buggers into a trap. Take this here sack of rotten rat meat and set it, oh gross, and set it down in vulture territory. That be where the buzzards make their nest. When the bastards show up for the feast, you start breaking beaks with a vengeance.
Guess we'll do that. Guess we'll do that. Rotten rat meat. Not a range of simple. There's so many MMO quests that are just cull the local wildlife. It is a problem.
Didn't get your eyes pecked out, did ya? Them buzzards be a nasty lot. But the last wagon made it through with nary a morsel lost, so I'd say you've plucked enough of their thieving hides to secure the route.
2 of them?
You have me thanks, lass. I have most of me coin hauling foodstuffs, and I'd be bedding down in the gutter within the week if it weren't for your help. Seems even the scavengers are finding the pickings scarce since the calamity hit. Otherwise, you'd never see him try not so bold. Fortune didn't favor him worth spit this time, though, eh?
No, no. Na. Ah, I see. Aetheryte, ho! Attuned. What's this guy look like?
Has Nemia herself forsaken this desolate land? Though I understood there were risks in gambling my entire fortune on a crop of million corn, I at least expected the seedling to be delivered before disaster struck.
This guy's gonna like come up and he's gonna be like 12. Oh god.
Is that my million corn seedling? Oh, joyous day! It may seem a paltry beginning, but the yield of this particular variety of crop plant is nothing short of astonishing. As you have undoubtedly noticed, Swift Perch lacks a certain, shall we say, vital energy. Thus, I mean to restore a modicum of hope to its residents by growing a veritable ocean of corn. You, madame, seem fit to burst with vim and vigor. Might I persuade you to abide a while and help nurture this ailing settlement?
Sure. Okay, I got an identical jacket, but it's red.
All these wild dodos you see about the place were actually once domesticated birds, bred by my father. They broke loose during the chaos of the calamity and gradually became the feral, ill-tempered creatures we now do our best to avoid. But if I am to restore Swift Perch to the very same settlement it was when my father was alive, then I must also try my hand at dodo raising. And as you have likely surmised, I shall require your adventurer's resourcefulness in this endeavor. For the initial stage of my dodo rearing enterprise, I need you to head into the flock and seek out dodo nests. You'll be looking for fertilized eggs. 3 of them should do nicely for now. But pray be careful when liberating the eggs. The adult dodos will not take kindly to an intruder making off with their offspring.
I would imagine not. Freyloff, a yellow jacket on guard duty in Swift Perch, wants you to visit the Brewer's Beacon and investigate the reason behind the waning light.
You there, adventurer! Cast your eyes towards the Brewer's Beacon. Does the light not seem uncommonly weak? It cannot possibly be bright enough to guide the ship's sailing in the bay. I would march over to the lighthouse and investigate myself, but I am duty-bound to remain at my post. I would consider it a favor if you could make a visit to the Brewer's Beacon and see if aught has befallen Canswiss, the lighthouse keeper.
Okay. Well, I think in that case we're probably going to call it right there. It will not be long until or I have to leave. So, thanks for hanging out. We will be back with Final Fantasy sometime next week, probably. Definitely not this weekend. I'll be gone this weekend. So I'll see you then.